my juicer will be making celery juice, but I don't have a juicer yet, but I'm saving up for one. So for now, we're just doing green smoothies. So we can do our base with celery, cucumber, and then we'll add in our leafy greens. This one's got a lot of leaves on it. I normally don't like to use the leaves of celery because these are one of my favorite bitter greens, and they are just nutrient powerhouses. We got 2 leaves of kale. It'll end up being about a cup. So we've got 1 cup ice, 1 large frozen banana, and then all of our greens. So we've got cucumber, kale, celery, got some celery leaves there. We'll see if they can fit in there or not, and ginger. Oh, and we've got our dandelion. Greens are really good for cleansing out your liver also. And then we also used this Sprouts organic baby kale or baby spinach and baby kale. So I just did like a handful of that last night. So I'm doing 1 tablespoon of the hemp hearts. We're doing 2 tablespoons of flax seeds, so we get plenty of fat in there. Greens are really good for cleansing out your liver also. And then we also used this Sprouts organic baby kale or baby spinach and baby kale. So I just did like a handful of that last night. So I'm doing 1 tablespoon of the hemp hearts. We're doing 2 tablespoons of flax seeds, so we get plenty of fat in there. Between the fat, protein, and greens, I think that is like a power combination for nutrient absorption. Because I swear, it went like straight to my head. Like the amount of energy going on, I could not believe it.
Good morning. I just wanted to get with you this morning and talk a little bit about, I woke up this morning and I'm thinking July is almost over. And normally what I do mid-year, like around June, early July, is to assess, the things that I need to improve on, because I'm a firm believer in New Year's resolutions, or at the beginning of the new year, trying to figure out what I need to do for that year and to get better at. So one of the things that I've done is looked at my diet, which is awful. So I found a YouTuber by the name of Christine Kobzeff, and I may be saying her name incorrectly, Kobzeff. And she is a person who eats raw foods every day. She eats only raw foods. Now, she's not really claiming to be vegan, but she loves plants, and that's all she eats. When I say that's all she eats, like she barely eats spices because it causes breakout on her face and stuff. So she has a few allergies, so she doesn't eat it. And she's determined what causes problems in her body, so she's eliminated those foods. Now, there's something that I did a few years ago, and I decided I was gonna have meatless Mondays and All Veggie Thursdays. So you would think, okay, that's the same thing. But in my mind, I broke it up where meatless Mondays to me was because with meat, you're associated with sauces and spices and gravies and rice and things to make the meat taste good too. So if I wasn't having meat, I wasn't having all of those things either. And on Thursday, All Veggie Thursday was simply because I wanted to get in as many vegetables as I could for that day. And it worked. I lost probably 30 to 33 pounds during that time. And I think I may have done it for 3 months. And because what happens is it falls over into the next day. When you feel good about what you ate on Thursday, you kind of want to eat that again on Friday. So I felt like as I went on, I was getting better and better. And then something happened at work. I think they changed my store, and I had to go to another store, and topsy-turvy things like that make you go back to what you were doing before. I'm not making excuses. I'm being real. That's what happened. And I have a tendency to fall back into the habit of bad eating easily because I've eaten that way for my whole life. So when you've eaten a certain way for your whole life, it's hard to just change your taste buds and start, counting calories and doing all that. So I stopped doing it. Of course, the weight came back. So then after that, I said, okay, what am I going to do now? And I actually joined CrossFit, and I joined CrossFit for a full solid year. It was probably one of the best things I've ever done as far as getting my body back to the mobility where it was and being active. And I learned so much during that time. But CrossFit is not something that I want to always do because honestly, I didn't like the way my body was changing. I didn't like the look of my body. So that isn't what I started CrossFit for. I wanted to slim down, but it kind of made me a little stocky and a little bit strong, which there's nothing wrong with strong, but I just didn't like the stocky part. So I didn't go back anymore. And one of the biggest reasons, I'm going to be honest, is because CrossFit is very expensive. CrossFit is $175 a month for the box that I was in here in Maryland, in Moco County, Maryland. It's $175 a month. It was good money that I spent during the time, but it's not something I was going to sustain. And I knew that, but I wanted to go in there for the knowledge, and it worked, so I gained a lot of knowledge. So let's fast forward to today. I want to do a lot with Christine Kobzeff's idea of eating raw foods. So I've decided to eat raw foods. I'm going to call it Raw Day Monday, and I'm still going to have my All Veggie Thursday. Raw Day Monday means I'm going to eat only raw foods for that day, only raw. Thursdays, I'm going to be able to eat vegetables like I did before, but I can cook them if I want to. That's going to be the difference. And we're going to see where we go. I'm going to assess it at the end of August and see where I am. And I'm going to keep you guys posted as to everything that I'm doing. And I wanted to share a little bit of Christine's idea with you guys. If you can just listen in the background to what she's saying.
The afternoon hours, because my body is super sensitive to things that give a lot of energy in the afternoon. So we're gonna make that again right now because I want to see how it feels during the daytime versus at night when I'm trying to sleep. Okay, we're gonna do 1 cup of ice.
She uses a cup of ice, sometimes a half a cup of ice.
Wow, that would be something to drink before, like going.
She uses a frozen banana or two depending on what she's making because she doesn't always use greens. Sometimes she uses fruit, so she'll use more bananas. But today, the reason I'm interested in this one is because it's for energy. And it has greens in it, she has celery in it, she has cucumbers in it, she has dandelion greens, she has ginger, she uses chia seeds or flax seeds or hemp hearts, some sort of seeds she always uses in there. And the part that I'm fascinated with is that she uses this site called Chronometer, and it tracks everything that you eat. It doesn't just track it, it breaks it down, and it tells you how much nutrient is in that particular item that you ate. So if I put in 1 tablespoon of flaxseed, it's gonna break that flaxseed down and tell me whether or not, how much protein it had in it, how much carbs it had in it, what is the nutrient, is it vitamin A, K, E, what's in it. So I'm also gonna track that this month because I've always wanted to eat better. I just didn't know how, what, where, when. And it's so easy to go to the fast food place and get a meal because I could just bring that home on my way and munch on it as I'm, winding down for the night. I have created terrible habits for myself and I want to break those. Period. This is about me. This isn't about YouTube. This isn't about my family. It's about me. I also have terrible habits of eating late at night. And I'm going to say this very quickly because I don't want to get into it too much right now. But my job, I work 10 or 12-hour days on my job, which consists of me being there late in the evening many nights. Late in the evening means 11 or 12, 11 p.m. or midnight. So if I've eaten my dinner at 6 or maybe even 7, that's a lot of hours that I'm working before I go home. And I can't say that I'm not going to munch on something. when I get home or on my way home or whatever. And the something is never good. So I'm going to work on that this month as well. And I'm going to keep you posted. So hopefully you can join me on this journey. I'm also doing a hair challenge where I use foods in my hair. Last week I used pineapples and blueberries and strawberries. This week I used pineapple and aloe vera. And next week I may use onion and garlic, but I'm not sure yet what's going to happen next week. So I just want to begin with an energizing smoothie for the day, because that's what Christine does every day. She has more than one smoothie. And if I can drink a smoothie in the morning and not have to eat a breakfast, because for breakfast I want to eat bacon and eggs and biscuits, scrambled eggs with cheese, or grits with butter and sugar. I mean, it's ridiculous. So I'm trying to stop those bad habits. That's what I'm doing. So hopefully you'll stay with me. Again, I'm Naturally Melee. I didn't say that at the beginning, but hello, I'm Naturally Melee, and welcome to my channel. I'm back, and I wanted to show you my smoothie. Okay, so I used cucumber, dandelion greens, celery, frozen banana. I used turmeric and ginger because I don't have a problem with spices, and I think that turmeric is very good for me, so I chose to use it. I used to use it a lot before, so that's the reason. And I also put in 1 cup of frozen peaches just because I was afraid that it would taste too bitter. When I tasted it, it wasn't that bitter. So I'm thinking I'll use 2 bananas or a banana and a half of the frozen bananas instead of the peaches next time, because they say you're not supposed to mix the fruit with the greens. So I'll remember that next time. For this being my first smoothie, I went a little overboard with the peaches probably. It's nice and thick. I'm gonna drink this on my way to work if it's good. Hopefully it's good, hopefully it's good. Okay, I have a little bit left. We'll see. I do like it. I like it, and I love the texture. I don't know if you can see that without me spilling it, but it's actually very, very good. So I'll drink this on the way to work. Talk to you soon. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that I used 1 tablespoon of hemp seeds and 2 tablespoons of flax seed as well. So that's very important because I want to notate that on my chronometer when I get it up and running. Bye.